This is a Kirkendall Barrett presentation, darling.
Feed me, meow, meow, meow.
Because of this podcast, I'm a gay icon.
I'm so hot. I'm so good looking. My salad dressing is amazing.
Like the internet at large, there are things you can do on the internet besides porn, but most of it's porn.
A lifetime of Hallmark.
Well, hello, everybody. It is your favorite day of the week. It is time for another episode of A Lifetime of Hallmark, where we talk about your favorite movies on both Lifetime and the Hallmark Channel and try to make sense of them. I am Les Kirkendall Barrett. Hello, Jason Bowers.
Hello, Les Kirkendall Barrett.
And hello, Kurt Fitzpatrick.
Hello, Les Kirkendall Barrett, and hello, Jason Bowers.
And we're going to fight. We're fighting. We're going to fight.
I actually love this energy for us because we almost broke out into a fight right before the podcast started, and I feel like we are already off to the races.
Yes.
Yeah, Les is shot out of a cannon. But
the reason why we're fighting, the reason why we're fighting is we've done something a little different this week, and we decided to review the pilot episode of the TV show All Is Fair, starring Kim Kardashian.
All's fair. In all's fair in love and war.
And the reason why we're fighting is because Kurt disparaged me and said that this is the show that I would probably watch every episode.
Well, I didn't say that.
That's not what he said. See, this is why we're fighting, because you're getting mad at what you're assuming what we're saying about you, and that's not what we're saying about you.
What are you saying?
Well, what I said was that, well, first of all, you adding on to it just tells me what's going on in your head, because now I do think you'd like every episode.
You're getting defensive about it because this is trash.
How
No, what I
you?
said is that Les would like, I do think this. I think that Les would like this show because it's not any worse than any like the Real Housewives shows or anything on Bravo. It's like a scripted version of something.
Well, yeah. What I said was, on paper you would like this. Like, having not watched this show, on paper, given the murderer's row of a cast, given this very female centric, and sees like powerful lady like lawyers, this in concept should have Les Kirkendall Barrett written all the fuck over it.
I agree. 100%. I agree.
The execution is, how shall we say, super fucking lacking.
Like, if there was someone else in the Kim K role who could act, oh yeah, I would be all over this.
She's not the problem, though. The problem is the show, and we'll get into it, but the problem is that there is no script. It's such a thin premise. You don't care about any of these characters, and when you don't care about any of the characters and you've got some of the best actors in the business in this thing, you know it's a piece of shit.
And I wasn't expecting to see like Judith Light.
No, she surprised me. I didn't expect to see Sarah Paulson.
I knew she was in it. She was in it.
But like her role makes no sense. Her character makes no sense.
Well, this is a pilot, so maybe it makes sense further.
Well, the pilot needs to drive this plane into the ground.
Because but it's true.
People are going to clip that, and it's going to be used out of context for the rest of my life and beyond.
Well, I almost made an inappropriate joke. But so, Les, so you did not like it. That's what you're saying?
I did not like it.
Well, I can't argue with your opinion. I just thought it was something.
I did not like it.
And I will say something else that Kurt will probably agree with, and Les will want to fight me with about, but I am not wrong. I do feel like there is a universe in which, as bad as this is, you still could have liked it.
No, because the acting, like Kim's acting, is so bad.
Yeah,
that I couldn't. Even I have my limits.
Do we think the problem isn't necessarily that Kim's acting is so bad, as much as in order to compensate for that, they hired so many good actors to surround her with, and she probably feels inferior to them.
No,
which is
Probably.
kind of the opposite of her appeal in a way.
I think those people had worked with Ryan Murphy before. Some of those people.
Some of them had
he's good.
Naomi Watts.
Sarah Paulson had. He kind of has a.
Yeah, I mean, Sarah and Niecy and Judith have all worked with Ryan.
The actor who was on Rescue Me, he was the guy with the fetish. He's worked with them before.
Yeah, there are definitely a lot of Ryan Murphy
people.
people in there, but if you're going to build a show around Kim, I'm assuming the thinking was like, okay, we know that like she's not an actor first, but she'll look great on camera, so
Which
let's
she
surround her
does.
with good people. But I think by surrounding her with such good people, it actually works against them.
Is it really built around her though, or did they?
Yeah.
Part of, like, an
This
ensemble?
show was built for Kim.
Kris Jenner
really?
is one of the producers.
See, to me, she seemed like she was like the ensemble.
Kris Jenner is one of the producers of the show.
Because I think they were trying to play off the fact that Kim was trying to pass the bar exam.
Yes, which she failed.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm not going to
See,
give
I
her too
didn't
much
think-
shit for that, though. A lot of people, like successful lawyers, don't pass it the first time.
right.
No, I have friends who like failed it a couple of times.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with that. I think the show's gotten a lot of criticism just because she's in it. It's a
Well,
backlash because she's in it.
I mean, I
I've seen
think
worse than
even
this.
Kim knows that's going to be, come with the
Right.
territory. If she's going to star in a TV show that's built around her, there are going to be people that talk smack about it without having ever
She's
seen
gonna
it.
get
We have now seen it, and we are well versed in being able to talk smack about it, and we can speak to the fact as to why it has a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes.
And
Now,
this show is a good indication of the culture of today too. It's almost, it could almost be like a time capsule of today, because that's the thing. It's like Kim Kardashian, of course she's going to get ripped apart because that's her whole existence, is being like online and being talked about and discussed, because she's not an actor, she's not a singer. I don't know what she is. She's just somebody who people have discussions about.
She's a multimedia personality.
Okay,
And the
there
funny
you go.
thing is,
That's what she is.
funny thing is though, it worked in their favor because it's so bad that everybody's watching it to see how bad it is, and so they have like incredible ratings.
It's the #1 show on Hulu.
Yeah, that's not what it's like, but it's
I'm gonna
number
tell
one
you
for
guys-
the wrong reasons.
You're going to be shocked. I don't think it's that bad. I've seen
I
worse than this show,
get
and I think
why other people like it. I actually understand that. I don't think it's good though. I don't think there's any universe in which anyone looks at this and says, "Oh yeah, this is great."
Because what it is,
it kept my interest a little bit. It did keep my interest somewhat.
well, what it is it's a bunch, like the writing, it's just like a bunch of one-liners, and that's it, with nothing behind it.
I just thought, I guess I was expecting the worst thing ever, and I've seen worse stuff than this. I probably would have turned it off after 10 minutes. It does get a little more engaging as it goes on. Kim Kardashian, I had zero expectations, and those expectations were met. I don't want to see her in a show.
It's for me, what it is, it's trying so hard to be over the top and campy. And it felt like it's almost as if they said, "Hey, let's write a show as if the housewives were doing a show as lawyers."
Right. That's what I was
Even the
thought.
way
That's
it's
why I thought
edited,
less
like
people would like
the
it.
music, the score is very it sounds like a house. You're watching an episode of Housewives.
And it's very about wealthy. It's like wealth porn, and I don't know why people in the U.S. want to watch this kind of thing. Where people are living in middle America, living in manufactured homes, and they're eating this stuff up.
No, but let me say one thing
That
about
can
the
be
Housewives,
aspirational.
though.
Yes.
So here's the difference, though. So the Real Housewives, yes, they fight. Yeah, they do, what they do. But then they do have parts that actually humanize them. Like, for example, a lot of them, they're bitches and they fight all the time, but they're good mothers and they love their kids.
Okay. So
Or they love so there's aspects of the Real Housewives, over the top as it is, that does humanize them.
I think that was actually a big mistake with this show. Is the only character you learned anything about outside of their job was Kim Kardashian's character, who even her relationship is, you know, by design, it's written as being pretty shallow with this guy who then ends up cheating on her. Spoiler. I don't know. I like what it's Naomi Watts' character's deal. What is Niecy Nash's deal outside the? We know something they mention in dialogue. She has kids. We know nothing about Teyana Taylor other than she's sleeping with someone. We know nothing about Sarah Paulson. We know nothing about Glenn Close. Like,
no, they're only in it for a little bit.
I almost feel like in the trying to avoid that pilot episode pitfall of too much exposition to set up your premise, they completely neglected any character development for any of these people, and so and then they're like right into the cases, and I'm like, I want to know a little bit about who these people are, because you've got some of my favorite actors in this, and they're not even wasting them; you're just wasting their time.
And especially since these lawyers are so rich, there's got to be a story, like, there's got to be more of the developmental stories that way, too. Like,
I mean, there's a 10-year time jump. I would have loved to have seen a little bit of struggle for Kim and the team, like, creating this competing firm, but we just cut right to, like, they're super successful and rich. Like, why not, like, hey, we can see lots of nice rich houses, but like, hey, this is the ways that they're maneuvering the system to make a difference in the world, and we don't see any of that.
Or even like on Lost, where you know where they would give like a backstory of the people on the island. They could have done that with this too. Like,
well, maybe they do eventually. Look, this show may have hope. I mean, the thing is also the characters are not likable. Well, you guys are coming up with ways that this could work. So I'm saying that the characters are also very unlikable. Like I said, it's like
I don't know that they're unlikable. I know nothing about any of them.
Well, I don't like them. Kim Kardashian, she lacks nuance. I don't think I was going to argue with that.
Her face does not move.
No, I don't know what is the plan here? Does anybody know what the plan is? So she wants to be a lawyer, and so is this supposed?
Oh, in real life, you mean?
In real life, what is she trying to do? Is she trying to be?
She wants to be a lawyer in real life. I think she wants to be like a jack of all trades.
I've never watched an episode of any of the Kardashian shows, but just like what I know from reading the press is that Kim seems to she knows her place in the sort of pop culture entertainment hierarchy, and she recognizes her influence, and she would like to in some ways use that influence for good, you know, speak out on causes that she knows a little bit about. That doesn't necessarily mean she's well informed. She may not be, but I think that's why she went to law school. She can use that to that part of her advantage, but she also recognizes that she does have this incredible influence in pop culture, and in order to use that influence for good, she still has to use that influence for capitalism.
And her father was a very famous lawyer, let's not forget.
Right. She might be stretching herself too thin. I don't know. Maybe too much going on. You got to focus on one thing or the other, but I don't know.
But you know who would have been great on this show? Kurt, do you have any Blac Chyna news?
Doing a piece of China.
China.
I'm talking China.
The Blac Chyna Report. Here's Kurt Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, in fact, I don't have any Blac Chyna news this week.
Hold on.
What?
Hold on. No. I got some. We have some very important news that came out this past week about Wendy Williams. So I want to do a Wendy Williams update instead.
And now it's time for a Wendy Williams report. Here's Kurt Fitzpatrick.
Well, this was written up in many publications. You guys may have heard this. I heard this.
I've heard it.
I heard this news on the radio. Though this particular article is in Vibe.com, written by Crazy Brown. So it's a couple of days ago. So a new medical evaluation has shaken the ongoing guardianship case of longtime radio and television personality Wendy Williams. According to a report by TMZ, Williams recently underwent a battery of tests in New York City, after which a neurologist determined that she does not have frontotemporal dementia. Williams had been under a court-ordered guardianship since 2022, based largely on a prior diagnosis of FTD and aphasia that her legal guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, cited as the basis for limiting her autonomy and controlling her personal and financial affairs. The earlier diagnosis followed hospitalizations and cognitive concerns, and the condition was publicized as progressive and irreversible. Now, Williams, who has spoken openly about her sobriety, having become sober 3 years ago after lengthy battles with alcoholism and drug addiction, has long maintained her competence and full awareness. I'm in this place where the people are in their 90s and their 80s and their 70s, the 61-year-old told The Breakfast Club in January. I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner right here on the bed. I watch TV. I listen to the radio. I look out the window. I talk on the phone. When asked about her mental state, she insisted that she was not cognitively impaired, likening her living conditions to a prison. So in August, a judge rejected Williams' motion to end the guardianship following a medical examination that reaffirmed the FTD and aphasia diagnosis, and Morrissey was granted a 3-month extension through November 3rd. Now, FTD is a degenerative condition that generally worsens over time. It does not improve, a characteristic normally used to justify long-term guardianships. But the revised evaluation raises critical questions about the medical basis for the guardianship and whether Williams' rights to self-determination have been properly respected. Her attorney, Joe Capotini, is now preparing to request a jury trial to determine whether Williams should be released from guardianship. So we wish her luck.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like, I'm pretty open that, I'm in recovery. And so sometimes when you meet people when they first get sober, they are impaired because of their because of drinking so much. And then over time, they get better. And so I could see how, because she was like way deep in her addiction. So I could definitely see how that would impair her.
Well, my understanding is withdrawals from alcohol are worse than withdrawals from anything else.
Oh yeah, you could die for sure.
Isn't that part of what happened to Amy Winehouse?
Yeah. No, you can die you totally die from alcohol.
Yeah, you have to get you can't just stop. You have to get like a detox, professionally.
And I've seen it. I've seen people like, fall out and have seizures before. I've personally seen that. So yeah, it's not easy, and it's not, and she was drinking a lot. So, and so I could see how, like I said, she would be impaired. But, I'm glad it's not dementia, and she hasn't had a drink in a while. So she's lucid. All the interviews I've seen her in. So they had that documentary, which was very sad, but she was still drinking during that documentary. She was still drinking during that time.
Do we know when she stopped?
That I don't know.
I think it said in the article, didn't it? Where did it say it? Did it say something? Let me see. Take a look here. Yes, having become sober 3 years ago.
Okay, so because I've seen her on interviews since that documentary, and she seemed lucid.
May I ask a quick question? I know this is like a little bit, it's on topic, but it's off topic from what we usually talk about. But Les, what do you think of harm reduction?
I don't believe in it because I've seen people try it and it works. It's like a temporary fix, but eventually from the people I've seen, they go back to drinking sometimes even more than they did before.
Can you guys explain what that is? I'm actually not familiar with that. I've heard the phrase, but I don't think I know what it means in this context.
Yeah, harm reduction would be like instead of abstaining, you would, usually you're doing it less. I mean, one version of harm reduction is like people who do needles. There's like systems where they could do a needle exchange. So just to make sure that they are doing needles, but they're doing doing clean needles. Yeah. So different things.
Like if you're going to be doing this to yourself, at least, like you said, the clean needles, not the reusing somebody's needle. You don't know who they are.
Yeah. But yeah, personally, the experience I've had and the people I know who have done it, it's like a temporary fix.
Well, AA would teach abstinence, but there are other programs where harm reduction is an option.
And I'll be totally honest, people are different and different things work for different people. And, 12-step doesn't work for everyone. And that, and I fully believe that, like, what works for me isn't going to work for someone else. Like for me, 12-step worked, but I've always been from the school of, hey, do what works for you.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you what's going to work for you. Yeah. You're the only person who can figure that out, you know?
And there are other options out there.
Yeah, for sure.
For people listening.
Well,
other options,
Well, if you want to harm yourself, one way of doing it is by watching All's Fair on Hulu.
You know what? I tell you what. The park ranger was like Kim Kardashian made her coach, the park ranger, proud.
She needs a role, like a series regular role in this show.
That's not possible. This trail's been closed for 8 years. It's extremely dangerous.
Like make her the security guard of the building or something.
Kim was doing park ranger acting.
Sure.
Well,
yeah. She wasn't. So was the guy that played her boyfriend.
Oh, I don't know what his name is. He was cute.
His name is Matthew Nazca. He's very attractive. He's got that going for him. But
okay, well, that's good.
But it kind of ends there.
Yeah.
Well, you get acting work if you're just beautiful.
Yeah.
If you're beautiful.
You do.
Because I've seen people work as extras and somebody comes on the set the one day and they're beautiful and it's like, man, they get elevated pretty high.
Again, Ryan Murphy built an entire show around Kim Kardashian.
Yes.
A beautiful person has just stepped in the room.
I'm going to be clear. I like a lot of the stuff that Ryan Murphy does.
I like a lot of things he does as well. This is not good.
Yeah, right. Like Feud, like with his Feud series, I love. Like he has not had a clunker yet on Feud.
My writing teacher wrote that.
Really?
The one with the one that's Betty the Joan Crawford.
Oh my god, I loved that one. I loved that one. That's my favorite one.
He was my writing teacher from some years ago. He wrote it. I think he wrote it as a screenplay, and so then they adapted it as that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
American Horror Story season 3, The Witches in New Orleans. Favorite. Love that.
The OJ one was great.
The OJ one, very good.
Yeah, well, Sarah Paulson won an Emmy for that, and she should give her Emmy back for the scene in this show towards the end of the episode where she breaks down and is screaming.
I missed that.
Oh, she has a whole scene where she's screaming about why didn't you take me with you?
Yes.
Oh, that. Yeah.
It is fucking bonkers. It does not belong in this show. It makes no sense.
Okay. It was weird because she's screaming. There's nobody in the room. She's like screaming at her word processor.
There was one part that I did like though that had something to do with her, which we'll get to.
Okay,
at the end,
but
towards the end,
the entire arc of her character makes absolutely no sense in the context of this show.
Did I watch the right?
No, it wasn't the end. No. She wasn't in the end, but she did something. She gave something at the end, which
we'll get to it.
They thought was suspect, and I thought that was funny.
Okay.
All right, let's get started on this.
Okay, thing. So we're in a law office. It's 10 years ago.
Okay.
And we see an angry lawyer and Kim Kardashian. And then Kim Kardashian wants to leave the firm, and she's talking to Glenn Close. And then Glenn Close is like this broad at the law firm, and she's like, I was the token woman in this law firm, and I had to deal with the men and their bad jokes, and you know what you should do? You should start your own firm.
Which makes no sense in this show, because Glenn Close is like one of the partners at this law firm, and she's like, hey, you guys, you should go and start a competitor. That makes no sense.
She stays.
Yeah, that makes no sense at all.
Sure. No,
she should lose her partnership immediately, and and the firm should sue her for everything she has.
So then Kim goes to Naomi Watts and says, hey, Naomi, I'm going to start my own law firm. You want to come? And then she goes to Niecy Nash, and Niecy Nash is in the office, like, yelling at her kids on the phone.
She has 8-year-old triplet boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Niecy Nash was sleepy, too. She was blinking a lot. I've got that problem, too. If I sleep, I can't keep my eyes open.
And then Kim says,
blinking. Yeah.
Kim says, hey, Niecy, I'm going to start my own law firm. We're going to pay you a lot of money. You want to come?
Yeah, she was going to get multi-millions. Yeah.
She promised her that she'd be a multi-millionaire in 2 years. And Niecy's not a lawyer. Niecy's their lead investigator.
Yes, which I like. Which I like because she's like a lady detective, kind of.
Yes.
So I like that.
So you like it?
No. I like that part because you know I love I love lady detectives.
I don't know. We're pretty early in. You're already liking quite a bit. But I'll tell you.
I liked the lady detective.
Well, send the detective on the case of finding the plot of this movie or this show.
So then they're all leaving with their stuff.
Yeah.
Kim can start her own law firm. But then Sarah Paulson is there, and Sarah Paulson's like, hey, wait, what about me?
Yeah, she's very pick me, and she's like laying out the case like, hey, I have the most billable hours at this law firm. Like they make it out like this is one of the biggest law firms in the world. And Sarah's saying, I have more billable hours than everyone else. And Kim K and Naomi Watts are like, now we don't need you. Like, what? Why? If you have a huge client list that you could be bringing with you, and you're like, no, thank you, never mind. That makes no sense.
She was stealing their lunches. They said. They had some good lunches in there too.
So then Paulson goes in to talk to Glenn Close. And Glenn Close is like, well, you don't know who you are, honey, and you need to find out who you are. And then Sarah Paulson's like, well, you know what? I'm going to start my law firm. And so she leaves to start one, too.
Wait, I missed that she left. I thought she just started smashing shit in Glenn Close's office.
Glenn Close says she's going to pack her a lunch with an apple and some Pepperidge Farms goldfish.
Goldfish, yes.
And then Glenn Close just sits there emotionless, sort of like Kim Kardashian. Maybe she learned some acting tips from Kim Kardashian. And then she picks up a big boat, it looks like a big ship, like a ship.
Yeah, it was like a model ship.
It's not in the bottle, and she just smashes it. And Glenn Close she doesn't even care.
I wrote in my notes at this point that this is like an SNL parody. Like nothing about this feels like I'm watching a real show.
But yeah, Sarah Paulson's like, I'm going to go and start my own law firm. So basically, Glenn Close encouraged 4 different people to leave the firm and start their own law firm.
The other partners at this firm should sue the fuck out of Glenn Close if she did that.
Well, she'll boil their rabbit.
And then Sarah Paulson basically established herself as the villain because she's like, having me as an enemy is unwise. So that's basically the warning, like, girls, I'm going to kick your ass.
Yeah. I used to like Glenn Close on that Damages. Remember that show? Mm-hmm. That was good.
And I love Glenn Close.
I do too.
Usually.
Don't waste her.
Don't
You
put
think
in
this is
Hillbilly
going to help
Elegy.
her finally win an Oscar doing this shit? Are
No.
you kidding me?
No more of that.
So, wait, what was I listening to? I was listening to some podcast, and they were talking about, they were like, Glenn Close came off of doing that award-winning performance in the last thing that she did, and then she goes from that to this.
I don't recall what it was, but
It was where she was playing whose mom? She was playing a black woman's mother. Who was that? And she got very huge acclaim for it.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what that was.
And it was out recently.
Audience, you can go search for that while you're watching All's Fair, because it will be a better use of your time.
So then 10 years later, we see Kim, and she's driving through Beverly Hills, and she's listening to Janet Jackson, and she gets home, and she has this big, huge house, and she has a butler, and she has chefs.
Oh yeah, chefs. Yeah, they're gonna.
She had
cook for her.
So many people working for her at her home, like such a huge staff.
Are there lawyers who make this much money?
Some.
I'm sure.
No,
I have a friend. Actually, I have a friend, a very good friend, who actually recently passed away. He passed away over last summer. And so he was based in Minneapolis and in San Francisco. And I'd been friends with him for 20 years. And so he had a case where it was an asbestos case. And I think it was like $20 or $30 million.
Mm-hmm.
He got a commission from that.
For sure, yeah.
And so he was like filthy rich because of this one case.
Yeah.
So
as rich as that,
and so, pardon?
As rich as Kim Kardashian is in the show.
Well, within the context of this episode, they win some $20 million case, and she had presumably already won several of those.
Yeah,
because I was saying you'd have to make. I don't even know how much you would have to make that kind of lifestyle.
That was easily a $40 million home,
and that was like 10 years worth of cases. So 10, because my friend, that was his first case that he won big money, but then he continued to have big money cases, so he made more money. So that actually tracks. That makes sense.
Because you have to make, I don't know. So she was in LA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's not cheap.
But yeah, my friend who passed away, that's how, did I ever tell you the story? Like my friend who I go to Minneapolis, and he would take me to polo matches during the summer.
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's that friend. But, so I wrote here after, Kim's husband was late, and I wrote the park ranger is beaming right now.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what those candle lights represented. Is the beaming of the park ranger's light.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's her husband. Is it her husband or her boyfriend? Do we really know?
It's her husband, because he forgot their anniversary, and he got her Elizabeth Taylor.
They could have an anniversary if they're not married.
No, remember they're getting a divorce later on.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah. Do you think the woman who played the park ranger is watching the show, and she's like, "How dare?"
No, she's like, me? Okay, game on. Calling my agent right now.
She's like, I feel seen.
Mort, you've got to get me in for this show.
She's like, my brand is in.
I understand the tone.
I could play Kim Kardashian's sister.
This poor woman. I was trying to give her a little relief. It's gotten worse for her.
I try to get her some work.
So the husband got Kim as a apology gift. He got her Elizabeth Taylor's ring. Yeah. And then when she's like, "Is that Elizabeth Taylor's ring?" He was like, "Who's that?"
And then she mounts him, and then it's a nice close up of her giant ass.
She mounted him. Yeah. There's another scene where you see I couldn't believe it. It looked like she was wearing a thong.
Yeah.
From behind,
and not trying to be gratuitous, but that is her best known asset. Of course, they're going to focus on that at times.
But you can't walk around like that. She's in an office like this, and her pants are halfway down. You can see the song.
Well, you know what? She's a very successful lawyer. If she gets sued, I'm sure she knows how to get out of the lawsuit.
Right. So then
I guess it was Casual Friday. Maybe that's what was going on.
Right.
Casual Friday.
It's like the 90s again.
So then the next day, she's talking to her coworkers, Naomi and Niecy, and they're all like dressed. They're all glamorous now.
Is this one of the many scenes where they're at work and just toasting champagne?
Yeah, just drinking champagne in the middle of the day at work.
This is very Housewives coded.
Now, see, does anybody relate to any? Does anybody watching the show relate to any of this?
No.
Nobody. So what are people? Are they watching this like it's science fiction or what?
Well, I think this is designed to be soapy, but it's not juicy enough. It's
not soapy. It's dopey.
They don't give you anything to sink your teeth into to actually care about, but they are trying to be like over the top and campy and have these like visually like just like you said, sort of like rich people porn.
Yeah, scale that down.
No, like do it, but then put some juice into the lemon so you can squeeze it.
Right, because remember, like Dynasty was over the top.
Yeah, Melrose Place over the top, but you cared about what was going on with those characters,
and it was fun. Like you enjoyed watching them. The villains you loved to hate them because it was fun. This was just like, ugh.
It's weird that people want to watch very wealthy people.
It's
that's a strange phenomenon.
Escapism.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's like on the soaps, there's always like a rich, like soap operas are all about glamour and,
And every now and then you also like to see that rich person get taken down, but you still want to watch. Like JR on Dallas. Like JR getting shot on Dallas. It's like, oh, you don't want JR to get shot, but also like you kind of want to watch this a-hole get one.
Or like when Crystal and Alexis used to fist fight.
Yep.
Like, Alexis would like shit talk. And then like towards the end of the season, Crystal will be like, oh, bitch, I'm sick of you. And like punch her in the face.
Like Amanda and Allison on Melrose Place.
Right. Exactly.
See, with Mr. and Mrs. Howe, they were sort of, they stood out on the island, but they still kind of were able to ingratiate themselves in a way.
Well, Lovey was nice. Lovey wasn't mean to anybody.
It was played to comedic effect. Like
well, they were oblivious to the wealth inequality.
I used to love when. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say I don't know how you actually have a position of wealth on an island where you're living for years and years with these people. You don't. The socioeconomic status would even out.
Go watch the movie Triangle of Sadness. You realize that like when all the shit is stripped away. The person in charge is the person that can cook and make all the food for you.
But did you love it when Lovey would walk around with her opera glasses?
I loved it all.
Lovey. And you know that there's a Gilligan's Island porn?
Well,
tell us more, Les.
Well, Gilligan's Island porn speaks for itself.
Doesn't. That's why I'm asking you to tell us more.
I only saw a couple of seconds of it.
I like how there's a Gilligan's Planet. There was a cartoon where everybody from Gilligan's Island. So this is what they did. They didn't build a boat. They built a rocket ship that could actually fly to a planet that we haven't even discovered yet. Like they've actually made like an advancement in science and technology that we're still not at.
And those dumb fucks got on it with Gilligan and the skipper and the professor. Right. They were like, yeah, you got us on this island. We'll follow you to outer space.
Like build a boat.
Then they go to space.
Build a rocket.
I put that on Thurston and Lovey and the Ginger and Marianne.
The planet was inhabited. There was like some kind of alien creature that they then hung out with, and then they just did their usual things that they used to do on the island. I mean, it was a real breakthrough.
A breakthrough in what way?
A breakthrough
in terms of science. I mean,
why? Because they couldn't build a boat, but they could build a rocket.
I mean, if you could really convince yourself briefly that really happened, it's like, whoa, it's mind blowing.
But remember, like when Josie and the Pussycats went to outer space?
I don't.
Oh my God, that too. Right, we got.
Yes, Josie. Remember, Josie and the Pussycats went to outer space.
I got to reel it in.
And the band, like every episode they would play like a number for the aliens and then go to a different planet.
Well, we also had the Happy Days gang.
Oh, they went through. They were in a time machine. They were in a time machine.
Okay. As a time machine, they weren't in outer space.
No, they were in a time machine.
Oh,
Fonzie, yeah, because it was Fonzie and Dee Dee Khan was the voice of the person with the time machine.
I would love her.
Where did they go in time? Did they see like Abraham Lincoln get assassinated, or what were they doing?
No, they went to like the Rome. Everybody goes back to the Roman time.
Isn't the gimmick that they're in the 50s? So don't they kind of lose the gimmick when they start going to other times?
Well, but what about?
Well, it's people from the 50s going to those other times versus contemporary
so it's a new
people.
Gimmick.
Yeah. And then, did you ever see like the Flintstones meet the Jetsons, where the Jetsons went back in time because they were going on vacation?
Yeah.
So they were put back in time about the Flintstones.
I'm going to write a thesis, like a quantum physics thesis about this.
You should.
About the Flintstones meet the Jetsons?
All this stuff. I mean, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be like the Encyclopedia Britannica.
And then when they went back, the Flintstones went with them back to the future.
Is there a Flintstones meets the Jetsons porn?
No.
Ah,
that could be hot.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Yabba dabba do.
Betty Rubble. I don't know.
Betty Rubble and Rosie. Yeah,
that's right, because she was Rosie O'Donnell. Betty Rubble.
No, he's talking about that robot.
I mean, Rosie the robot. Yeah.
Oh, but Betty Rubble was Rosie O'Donnell in the movie.
God. Oh,
wasn't the Rosie the robot based on Hazel?
Was it?
Because she's Mississippi.
Who's Hazel? There was a show called Hazel.
You don't know who Hazel is?
Was there a show called Hazel?
Hazel, the maid.
I know of the existence of the show Hazel. I know nothing about it. I didn't even know there was a maid.
I used to watch Hazel after school. Hazel was like the wisecracking maid. And then after a couple of seasons, they did what TV shows did in the 60s, where one day Hazel came home and there was a whole new family in the house.
That was very Charles in Charge. They did that on there too.
Well, Hazel did it first. And so Hazel, one day Hazel came home and the kid, so from the first family, the son stayed, but then his parents went somewhere and then the parents' brother moved in.
Let's talk about just the very normalizing of indentured servitude on TV sitcoms. Because here's this maid. Here's this maid Hazel who works for this family. They leave, and there's suddenly a new family there. She just stays on and works. Like, she doesn't know them. They don't know her. Mr. Belvedere, like, he just shows up at their house. The mom has no idea he's coming. She lets him in. He's just suddenly their butler. What the fuck?
No, in the case of Hazel, I think what's going on is I think the kid probably has like a trust fund, and he has been declared an adult. And so I think that I don't know how old this kid is, but
Hazel.
So he's
Hazel was like, but it was like Mr. Belvedere, where they were like in just like a regular house.
Oh, well, what's Hazel do? She cleans.
She's a maid. She cleans.
She comes in for like an hour a week and cleans.
No, she lives there.
And hijinks happen during that hour.
Yes, Hazel lived in the house.
And like, why the fuck did the Bradys need Alice?
Well, because Alice was like, hey, Hazel walked so Alice could run.
So Mike Brady designed a house and built a home that had a maid that already came with it, and he marries Carol. She becomes Carol Brady. She doesn't have a job. Not saying that she should do all the duties around the house, but like they still need a full-time live-in maid, and most of their kids are like grown up enough to do shit on their own.
No.
Well, but you know what?
Marsha can pick up a mop, and so can Greg.
Just like Ryan Murphy created a show around Kim Kardashian, Mike Brady built a house around Alice.
I love that. Now I actually like it. Like Alice was his muse.
See it that way.
He's like, I'm gonna build you a maid's quarters, Alice, and it's gonna be the most grand maid's quarters you've ever seen.
Well, didn't she? Where did she sleep?
Behind the kitchen.
In the downstairs bedroom, right next to the kitchen.
Yeah. That's where Sam delivered the meat. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Just up to the eaves with the raccoons. Yeah, I'm talking about.
Well, anyway.
Well, that's
so
wild.
back to this.
Okay.
So they're all sitting around the table, and they're talking about their successes.
So much better in television, but today's TV show.
Well, maybe Hazel could join the cast of this show.
Yeah. There's 107.
Actually,
make it as lively.
Where Hazel's getting a divorce, and they could
Hazel.
And Kim could be like, Hazel, you're entitled to a lot of money.
I want Ann B. Davis on an episode to be like, I'm being human trafficked.
Right.
Help me.
Being trafficked. The trafficker. She's commuting.
So anyway, yeah. So they're talking about their successes in drinking champagne. And then they got like an edible arrangement. And the edible arrangement was from Sarah Paulson. And then they show Sarah Paulson writing this angry letter that was basically like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, pretty much.
Because she just starts screaming like at the wall.
This was the meltdown that I was talking about.
Yeah, this didn't make any sense.
Like, why is she like still yelling at them for not taking her along? She's clearly making good money. Like, girl, move on with your life.
And then she gave them an edible arrangement. And then Niecy Nash is like, oh, it smells like poop. Like somebody did something to it.
I doubt that.
I guess the real question is, does Emmy winner Sarah Paulson poop melon balls?
Well,
in my mind, she does.
Yeah.
For the right amount of money, I'm sure.
Wow.
Oh, and then Tiana Taylor is the receptionist.
Who is that? You guys seem to know
She's
who
a singer.
that is. She's a singer?
She's
like a
also
rapper, right?
Kurt, have you seen One Battle After Another yet?
No.
Oh, she's got a big role in that. She plays Leo DiCaprio's wife.
Oh, good, because I have an opportunity to see that.
And so she's the receptionist, but she's going to law school. So when they talked about a case, Kim said, "You're one of the girls. You could sit in on this."
When I went to see One Battle After Another, she was in the lobby that night.
Oh, neat.
Oh.
Yeah.
She wasn't working.
By the way, everyone, pay your SAG dues by December 10th so you can get screeners.
I did it.
Pay your SAG dues. I went to a full screening last Friday. Begonia.
It's fucking bonkers. I loved it, but it's nuts. It's nuts.
It really is bonkers.
Because I have screeners already. What's the one that you mentioned?
Begonia. I went to a screening last Friday, and Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, Yorgos, whatever his name, and
Yorgos
some of the
Lanthimos.
writers did like a Q&A after.
Yeah.
Oh, I got invited to a Wicked screening with Ariana Grande.
Did you go?
No, I can't.
Are you going?
No, I won't be able to go. I'm not in the area, so I can't go. But I'll see it. I'll see the movie. But I heard it's like, I already read it's not good. They said the second act is not as good as the first. And that's
the second act isn't happy. It's not
the second act of the actual Broadway musical is not as good as the first either, but it's still going to title it.
Exactly.
That's
and it's not happy. It's like,
all right, I'll get to that.
It's what happened after.
I'll suffer through that. I'll suffer through that.
I will say my thoughts on Begonia. I liked it. I don't think it's Best Picture, although Jesse Plemons deserves a nod. Like Jesse Plemons should absolutely be nominated.
Oh no, I don't think it's best. I don't think it's Best Picture, but it was an enjoyable movie, and I hope it does get nominated. I hope it does get nominated for stuff for sure.
Yeah.
I wonder if I have that. All right, I'm not gonna worry about it right now.
Because it was one of those. It was one of those where like you're like, oh shit. It was one of those.
And it's dark. It's dark and funny, but it's dark.
Yeah, I definitely had to stop myself from going, oh shit. Yeah, it was very smart. Oh, so anyway, so then we find out. So it's kind of like like I guess there's like a case of the week, but in this there were like 3 cases in an hour.
And again, they still haven't explained any of their like series regulars. Like we know nothing about their lives, but they're already diving into these other cases. So I can't even enjoy the sort of deliberate campiness of it because they haven't really laid any kind of foundation down.
And I thought that I thought there were too many cases. Like it should. I think it should be because a case an hour, like a case a week.
Like how they kind of do that on Matlock.
Yeah,
they do.
Right.
Yeah,
they do it on Matlock.
Or Elsbeth.
Because this case, like the case, it was kind of like, so this first case was a woman who. Her husband was extremely rich, and she felt like the husband liked to have other women in the bedroom, and she fell in love with one of the other women.
Yeah, and the woman of this case is Grace Gummer, Meryl Streep's daughter.
Yes.
Oh, that's who that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you not recognize the resemblance?
On The Gilded Age.
No.
I love her on The Gilded Age. Are you guys watching The Gilded Age?
No.
Well, you need to be.
And frankly, I'm not really a fan of Grace or Mamie Gummer.
But on the Gilded Age, she's very good. With Queen Audra
McDonald.
Audra McDonald. Yes. But anyway, so this lady was going to divorce this rich guy to go to her lover.
Yeah.
But she had a prenup. And so in the prenup, she basically was going to get screwed.
Oh, okay.
And not in the lesing out way that she was by her girlfriend.
Right. So then we find out that the guy, because they were like, your settlement's going to be too small. And then we find out that basically the guy went to a dominatrix.
Yeah. But this is kind of shitty.
Speaking of shitty,
the show was.
It sounds like he. Because basically they found out that he sat on dildos that were as big as traffic cones.
Yeah, that's arduous.
Just like, that's talent. It's like, it's not for me, but
No.
So then, then this other woman called. So the case was like basically wrapped up in like 10 minutes.
They come back to it kind of briefly later on, but yeah, they're basically like, it was like they spent like 3 seconds on each of these inconsequential cases so they could have paraded guest stars in the pilot. And then Naomi Watts gets this desperate call. It turns out it's from Judith Light,
who looks great, by the way.
She's always great.
I think she looks great.
Yeah.
And so she's holed up in her bedroom. And her husband's like yelling at her. Her husband, James Renmar, is like yelling at her.
Yeah, where have I seen him before? He looked familiar.
He was on Dexter. He was the dad.
Yeah.
He was Dexter's dad, adopted dad.
But this is, again, makes no sense because as he's trying to get in her room, we find out Judith Light is in New York. Her husband's banging the door in New York, and Naomi is like, just keep about, I'm coming. Meaning Naomi Watts is gonna get on a flight to New York and is telling this woman who feels like she's in danger, hey, hold off your husband. I'm a-coming. I'm only a transatlantic flight away.
Right. Lock the door.
And she hopped on their jet. She hopped on their private jet and went to New York.
This guy could have shot Judith Light in about 3 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Well.
So then Naomi Watts shows up, looking great, by the way. And she goes to Judith Light's house, and there's a security guard there, and she's like, I need to get in there. And if you don't let me in, I'm going to book you. I'm going to say that you're human trafficking.
This show is really shitty towards men. That was
it really is.
Kind of bothered.
Yeah.
Very shitty towards
And
men.
the men deserve it. But at the same
who's creating? It's not. I don't think so.
Well, it's all about, I think, trophy wives married to rich men.
Not really.
Well, both of these cases are that's the case, yeah.
So then Naomi just barges in the house, and the husband's like, "You can't come in," and then Naomi's like, "Yes, I can. Get out of my way." And she goes upstairs, and the woman's barricaded in her suite of rooms. And she goes in, and the woman tells her, "My husband doesn't pay attention to me, blah, 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 blah." And then we find out that she has $40 million worth of jewels that the husband gave her.
Jeez.
And it's just there in the room.
They were gifts. Yeah.
Yeah. So they put all the jewels in bags and left. And they're going to sell the jewels at Christie's.
This is advice for people at home. I was told, so if you ever get engaged, like don't get engaged on Christmas, because then that ring is now a gift. So if you get divorced, you can't get the gift, you can't get the ring back.
Oh.
No, the one giving the ring can't get the ring back. Yes. Because that's what happened here is this guy gave her all these things as gifts. So those are not part of the divorce settlement.
And so she was like, now she was happy because she's like, now I'm not going to starve because I can sell these jewels and have $40 million.
Yeah. Well, but then the way she dealt with her problems with her husband was she just cheated. That was the first thing that she did.
Correct.
So there you go.
And then on her way out, she asked the husband, "Did you ever love me?"
No, he asked her that.
Oh, he asked her that?
Yeah. Remember, she ran back. She said, "Yes, I did." And then she cried like one tear. And then she's like, "But I don't love you anymore. Bye."
Right. So then...
Maybe the show is for angry women. They could watch the show and enjoy it.
So then Naomi flies back on the jet, and Kim picks her up at the airport.
Which... These women are so rich where Kim lives in like a probably $40 million home and Naomi has a private jet access to fly to New York just to broker this deal that could have been done on the phone. But she's like, "Hey, Kim, need a ride at the airport. Can you come get me?"
Yeah, that's a good point, though. Going a little bit further back, Naomi Watts flew to New York to help Judith Light put her jewelry in handbags.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
bags.
just hire some people at the house like Kim K has.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Kim K has to go pick her up. Who's she going to get to pick her up? She can't.
Well,
can't send
Kim
chef.
K is a
She's got
super
3 people
successful
working that
lawyer / Uber driver.
Right.
That's right. Yeah, she's got to make a little extra change on the side to pay for that gardener.
Yeah.
So then they went to the dominatrix where the guy from the first relationship, I guess he hung out there.
Yeah.
So they told the dominatrix, you could either give us your information and make $10 million or not.
Was that what she was getting? $10 million?
Yeah, she's getting $10 million. The dominatrix. So of course the dominatrix is like, $10 million? Oh, where do I start? So that's how they found out that the guy sat on like the traffic cones.
Jeez.
And
one of the roads closed.
So then Kim Kardashian, after a hard day of work, her husband comes home. So she comes home and her husband's like, "I'm done. I'm leaving." And then he goes home and he's sleeping with a woman who we find out is Tiana Taylor, the receptionist.
They play that song I liked too earlier, "Cause Girls is Players Too." You know that song?
Mm-hmm.
Because girls is players too. Well, no, you missed. No,
wait, what did I miss?
Yeah, we skipped some.
Oh, what did we skip? Let's go back then.
Well, first is
also.
Oh, go ahead, Kurt.
No, Naomi Watts says at one point, from cocktails to cock rings.
Oh, that's right.
I don't really know why she says that. Well, because there weren't any cock rings on the episode.
Was this when they were in the conference room and they had a PowerPoint featuring a giant butt plug?
Yes.
I think it was before that.
Yes.
But yeah, that's
Actual scene in this show.
Yeah, they have everybody sitting around the conference room.
Was that when they had the victory fizz? They called the champagne.
Yeah.
This one I didn't understand. So what was his fetish? So the one thing, he's got the big butt plug thing, but then there's a picture of something, and it was like they said that people were sucking on him like he was a piglet.
Oh, like a pig. Yeah.
They were sucking on his teats. Didn't they say something about
teats.
that?
Oh.
And he called it playing piggy.
Oh, okay. Is that weird?
Which and I'm like, okay, that's kink shaming.
It's also timely given that our president called a reporter piggy this week.
Piggy,
right.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's current. I wouldn't shy away from that.
Well, I'm sure that Ryan Murphy wasn't thinking that it was going to be current at the time.
Wow. Well, anyway, that was a deal breaker. He didn't want anybody to see this picture of him with
teeth
as a piggy. So then the guy gives all the money. He writes the check to his wife, who had run off with another woman.
He should have written another check to never be credited for having been in this episode of television ever.
Right.
I work with that guy on a show, and I used to watch him on Rescue Me. And so, and I saw him in the room. I was like, oh, there's that guy from Rescue Me. And he's very short.
And did he have teats?
Well, this was before that. Oh, you know what it was on? It was on The Good Wife. He had a role on The Good Wife.
You know, I need to go back and watch The Good Wife.
Same, actually.
You'll see me on it.
Because after watching Elsbeth, and Elsbeth is a spinoff of The Good Wife and The Good Fight.
I'm in that.
I need to go back and learn the origins of Elsbeth. I do love that show.
You had mentioned it.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Oh, and then Chase, the husband, and the woman from the
Tiana Taylor.
Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
Yeah.
They get it on.
Yes.
And they have an aggressive way of kissing. Like they're kind of like one is like sucking on the other one's lip and kind of pulling it out.
Does that mean that you're a villain? Like when you bite someone's lip like that?
Possibly.
And so she's a villainess.
Yeah. I mean, that was clear.
I had a woman kiss me like that one time. She bit my lip, and my lip actually was bruised. I had this big bruise on my lip.
Well, rough kissing.
So yeah, I think I've experienced that.
And that was pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that's not it. We're gonna watch the rest of the series.
Yes, you are, Kurt. You are all by yourself. All by yourself.
Really?
All by yourself. Kurt.
Well, you have fun with that.
Mm-hmm. I do think we should watch the Family Guy movie that I told you about.
When is it coming out?
The 28th of November. So Family Guy has a movie. Let me find the actual full title of the movie because it's amazing.
Let's watch back. Let's alternate between the Ken Burns American Revolution documentary series and this show.
I'm good.
You know what I do want to watch? Even one episode. I want to watch one episode of the new season of Finding Mr. Christmas.
That sounds bad.
I would possibly do that because they do a watch party right down the street. I could probably go meet the Mr. Christmases if I wanted to. I just don't care.
Jonathan Bennett. Jonathan Bennett's the producer.
Yeah, he is. He's the host, isn't he?
Yeah, and producer and the creator and host.
Yeah. Oh, this is the name of the movie. So it's Disney's, Hulu's, Family Guy's, Hallmark Channel's Lifetime's familiar holiday movie.
Yes, we'll watch it. And so we have a new listener, my new friend Kate.
Hi, Kate.
She was like, so I met her down in Venice today for coffee and a walk, and she's like, tell me about your podcast. And I was like, well, and she's a huge Hallmark fan. So she's listening to us now.
Okay, good.
And so So she's the one that told me about Finding Mr. Christmas, because I guess it's already started. Mm-hmm. But this, basically, our tax season has begun.
Yeah, holiday
Christmas
movies
is
out
here.
the wazoo.
Okay.
Lifetime is going to stop killing people for a month. And, you know, I think Netflix is weighing in.
Yeah,
and
I think Netflix they've already starting to advertise their holiday movies like in the feed there.
I don't have Netflix right now.
Oh, what channel is this Family Guy
Hulu.
movie going to be on?
It's literally in the title. Yeah, Hulu.
Got that.
Okay, which I have because we watched the Kim Kardashian movie. So I can't believe that Thanksgiving is next week.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I seriously can't believe it.
Yep. Are you going to cook?
I'm going to a friend's house. I was going to cook and then I got an invite.
Yeah, me too.
So
I am going to make a.
Actually, you know the house I'm going to? I'm going to Catherine Glover's house.
Oh, okay.
Because she lives around the corner from me.
We know her.
Okay.
We used to tour with her.
Yes.
So I'm going to Catherine Glover's house for Thanksgiving.
Well, should be fun.
So, our this is our busy season. I know there's going to be a third part to the 3 Men and a Baby. There's going to be a third part to that.
Yeah. All right.
So remember how I said that we had Tyler Hines started following us on the Lifetime of Hallmark?
Are we sure it's really him?
Well, no, we have another follower that says the real Tyler Hines.
Are we sure? Because remember, Hallmark's been running those PSAs saying that they're not going around following people. So those might be fake less.
Okay.
We need to be open to the possibility that we're not actually being followed by these Hallmark stars. Maybe we are.
Well, I'm going to put on my Elsbeth hat and find out. And I also have to put on my Elsbeth hat to see how we start how we start doing our YouTube thing as well.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up.
We'll talk about that off the air.
Yes.
Okay.
So a business meeting we're having now.
If you want to get in touch with me, you can find me. My website is still under construction, but you can find me on Facebook at Les Kirkendall Barrett or Instagram at Kirkendall Jason.
Please, wherever you listen to your podcast, rate and review and subscribe to our podcast. It helps more people find the show. We are a Lifetime of Hallmark podcast. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Lifetime of Hallmark Podcast. On what are the other platforms?
I don't know.
On TikTok at Lifetime of Hallmark Pod and on Blue Sky at Lifetime of Hallmark. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Big Shot Jason. Kurt.
I don't think I have anything to promote. We always cross promote with Jason DeBray's Shelf Shedding Movie Podcast.
Oh, I got a message from him the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I posted about Begonia and he asked, and he's like, will we be talking about it? And I said, probably. So for your Oscar podcast.
Right. Yeah, we're hoping to do that. So I have a lot of stuff to watch. Yeah, for this year. Okay, good.
Shed some shelves.
That's it.
Anyway, well, that's it. So until next week, bye.
Bye.
Bye.